Riders, welcome back to Sam's Bikes, and we are super lucky. We're about to go and test the Amflow PL Carbon Pro with that brand new DJI motor and e-bike system. And I'm gonna say we are still in Frankfurt, and this bike and this motor has stolen the show. Everyone's been trying to test it, and they've been lining up to do like a nice little test in a car park. But we're out in the mountains, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna go for like 2 hours. It's gonna be POV style. I haven't scripted too much, but I'm just gonna give my thoughts and try and answer as many questions as you riders have, because you put loads of comments on my first video. And if you haven't seen that, link in the show note where we go through all the details of this beast. But to give you the cliff notes, we are rolling on 29ers, or it is Mullet compatible, 160 up front, 150 of suspension in the rear, and the new DJI e-bike motor and system has a whopping 120 newton-meters of torque and 1,000 watts of peak power, and an 800 watt hour or a 600 watt hour battery. And then the lightest configuration, it's coming in at 19.2 kilos. So they're the greatest hits. Now let's get out on the trails and give it a go. I can't wait. But first, a massive shout out to Topeak, who came on as a major sponsor like 6 months ago. I absolutely love all the Topeak products, and riders, without Topeak, Sam's Bikes does not exist. So a massive shout out to them. Now let's get out to the trails. So there you go, riders. That's why you're all here looking at that 1,000 watts of peak power. It is impressive. It is a game changer. So what are we gonna do on this ride? Well, I'm gonna have fun to start with, because I've had a crazy week at Eurobike. And I'm also gonna try and explain to you the motor first. Whoa. Woo. I'm gonna try and explain to you the motor first, if I survive these greasy trails. And then the bike, because I think both are standout. But definitely at Eurobike, the motor is getting a lot of torque. Okay, of course, we're gonna start off showing you the hill climb. So I got it wrong on my first ride. So I'm in turbo at the moment. Now I'm gonna put it in boost. So now I'm in boost. Let's go, watch this. This is a really steep hill, and the bike is just pulling. It's not bogging down at all. It's absolutely going for it. I mean, I have to put it back to back against the Bosch Race and the Rocky and the Bros, but I honestly think this is a lot faster. Back to the motor. I mean, we are riding, it's pretty greasy out here. Trying to commentate and ride trails at the same time, it's pretty difficult. So the motor, definitely a standout. I mean, that power to weight ratio is unheard of right now. The closest we've got is 680 from the SRAM. And this has got 1,000 and 850. And I'll tell you a fun fact. When I was riding on the first day, I actually thought turbo was the 120 newton-meters of power, because it just feels so powerful. But I wasn't using boost. So boost, you can stay in, I'll find out, 20 or 30 seconds. I'll put it in the screen now, how long you can stay in there for. So now we're heading back up the mountain. It is very impressive for a company, and this is a company DJI that make drones, action cameras, gimbals. You know, I expected it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be this good. And so at the moment we are in auto. So what you can hear is actually the back brake from Magura is rubbing. So how do I describe the feeling of the motor? So we're in auto at the moment, and if I drop that cadence down, there is support in the pedals, and you only need to just give it a little bit, and it does start ramping up. So very much like the EMTB mode from Bosch. So, but it's really smooth. So now let's listen to the sound. So we're in auto at the moment. Let's go into eco. Drop the gears down. Relatively steep climb. Listen to this. Now we're going to trail. And now turbo. And now boost. That really is just so much fun. You riders can tell me what you think of the sound, but I'm going to say it is very impressive. I'm not going to say it's silent, but it's close to silent. You can hear it, but it's definitely not annoying. And when going down, does it have a rattle? Look, it's my first downhill. For the first like half an hour, I didn't notice anything. And then we rode like a bit of a chattery, faster downhill with lots of roots and rocks and stuff. And I did hear a little bit, and I have to determine where that noise is coming from. This is a test bike. This is like a pre-production model. So I am getting my production model in August, and I'll be doing a full deep dive on the system and on the bike. So at the moment, I'm not sure. I did hear something, so I will let you know. So I would say the motor does have a very natural pedal stroke. I think it gives you nice support and a nice pedal stroke at a low cadence, but it definitely does ramp up at like around 75 to 85 to 90, where it starts really pulling. And it does pull up to like 100, 110, 120. So it does keep on pulling and ramp up. Okay, so I just got the clarification on how the turbo and boost works. So turbo is your highest assistant mode. Then you have boost for 30 seconds, which is gonna access 120 newtons of torque and 1000 watts peak. You can stay in it for 30 seconds, but then you can immediately reactivate it. And if the motor gets too hot, it will not allow you to activate it. So now let's talk the appearance of the bike and the system. Well, the Amflow, it's a beautiful looking bike. Like, it's definitely has the appearance of a high-end electric mountain bike. And the e-bike system, it's very well integrated. Like, for a full power motor, I would say it's a very good system. Like some of the SLs, you know, are more minimalistic, but it's absolutely, it's really nice. And the display is next level. Like, if you are familiar with DJI products, you expect the display to be next level. And the remotes, okay, so they're Bluetooth remotes, and we have one on the left and one on the right. So the one on the left, you control your support levels, and one on the right, you can cycle through all your screens. So yeah, the remotes I reckon are best in class at the moment, and the display is awesome as well. So it's a touch screen, so you can go through it like that. You can also change it over here with the buttons, so you can flip through it like that. You can also pair your heart rate to it. You can fully customize it. You've got all the metrics that you would expect from a Garmin. So yeah, you can do the heart rate to it, which I absolutely love. And also, you know, it's DJI, so the app is awesome as well. So you've got 4 metrics for tuning each mode. So when you go into the mode, so we've got auto, so we've got off, auto, eco, trail, turbo, and then if you press up here, 2 seconds, you go into boost. And also you can configure the overrun. So you can have each mode can be configured to up to 2 meters of overrun, which is amazing. And I've wanted that for ages, because in some modes you want overrun, in some other modes you don't. So this is really awesome. Okay, so with Topher here, he's testing the bike.
Yeah.
Well, what were you showing me then about the gloves?
You can go like this with the gloves, and everything is working. It's really good.
That's amazing.
It's working really, really good. Yeah.
And your channel?
It's TOFFER, Topher.
Follow it, riders.
Yeah.
Give him some subscribers. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's ride on. And I'm going to put it out there and say these are the best remotes on the market right now. The best ones I've tried. Super tactile. Really, they look like they're really well made. And just a beautiful touch. And they look like they're going to last a long time. And how do I think the motor compares to everything else on the market? Well, if you're a fan of the channel, you know I've ridden absolutely everything. I'm going to say it is bloody impressive for Gen 1, Mark 1, first attempt DJI coming to the mountain bike industry. I honestly didn't know what to expect, but I would say it's up there as the benchmark now, especially for power to weight. You know, it is only my first ride, so there's lots of testing to do, but I would say it definitely stacks up and quite possibly better than most of the competition. But yeah, let's see how the long-term testing goes. I need to test the range. I've been out here with the 800 watt-hour battery for about an hour and a half. I actually started with 50% and I've used 25%. So the range seems good, but I will do an extreme range test on it. So again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. Now let's talk about the Amflow PL Carbon Pro, which I am riding right now. And so geometry numbers are sweet. We've got 475 reaching a large, 77-degree sit tube angle, 64.5-degree head tube angle, a 445 chain stay, but when you flip it into a mullet, it does go to a 439. I'll definitely be trying it as a mullet. Kinematics feel very good actually. Like we were doing a few drops and I have not tuned the suspension yet. I just did my sag. I'm definitely blowing through the travel, but it does have that bottomless feel. Very nice. The frame, full transparency riders. I was a part of the first test of this bike. I actually had it last year, and one of my major complaints of the bike was the frame was too stiff and wasn't compliant enough. And I'm really happy to say that, you know, we have carbon bars, carbon rims, carbon everything, and they've definitely worked on the compliance a lot. Feels way more compliant. So yeah, I would say, oh, and it's available in 4 sizes, which is good. Might be nice to have it in 5 sizes, but you know, it's 4 sizes is pretty standard these days, and 2 models. And as I said, the pricing we don't know yet. DJI was saying 6 or around there for the entry level, and around 10 for the Pro, for the top model. And you know, if you look at what you're getting and compare it to the market, it does represent really good value. And they're looking at release dates around 3rd quarter, like maybe September, October, something like that, and that's to be confirmed as well. And let's talk a little bit more about the motor, because I think it is obviously why we're all here looking at this video, because it's pretty interesting. So we're going up a fire, like a standard fire road that everyone would do, and we're in boost and we get 30 seconds of that. I'm going to say at that low cadence, it's just really easy to ride, super natural and not dangerous whatsoever. But then when you ramp it up, it definitely has great support at the like 40 or 50. It doesn't feel like you're using much energy yourself. And leaving the best to last, how does it ride? Well, right, it is Saturday after an epic week at Eurobike. I'm pretty tired, not gonna lie. And they're pretty slushy trails out here with wet roots, so I haven't really opened it up. But I'd say I'm impressed. The suspension feels good, feels plush, and also bottomless. You don't feel like you blow through the travel too easily. But again, need more time on the bike. I like it as a 29er. I would say for the majority of riders out there, it's gonna be better as a 29er. But I'm definitely gonna throw a mullet on it because I like to play, jump around. Would I take it to a bike park? I'd say let's see, because I did take the Lever SL to a bike park the other day, similar geos, and that did absolutely sensationally. So let's see. I will take it to the bike park, let you know. Enduro riding, I mean 160, 150, yeah, it's gonna do it well. You might be a little bit short, you know, you're gonna have to pick your lines a little bit more, but it's definitely gonna be capable of it. Now down to the conclusion. Well, I think DJI have pulled a rabbit out of a hat here. They've done an absolutely sensational job. I think there's gonna be a lot of boffins in the bike industry scratching their head saying, you know, we've got to look out, or definitely we've got to speak to them and spec their motors in our bikes next, because this is definitely going to shake the industry up, I think. And I think it's a good thing, because it was getting a little bit stale, you know. We haven't seen any major improvements really for the last couple of years, even with that new ZF motor, which is interesting and cool, but you know, similar weights and similar torque and watt numbers. So this really is turning it up a bit, and only time will tell. And my long-term review is coming really shortly. Anyway, riders, I hope you enjoyed this first ride POV style. I just wanted to do it to try and answer a few more questions for you riders, and quite honestly get out and have a ride, because this bike is bloody awesome. Anyway, if you have not subscribed to Sans Bikes, please do so. Share it, like-minded people, and you know it. Stay safe out there, riders, and we're going to see you soon.